Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we got it. I muted my mic, of course. Right, where are we? So, I'm sorry about that. I really need to go to the toilet. Um, it was that coffee. Right. So you got these three fields now, and we need a button. So let's add a button in. We'll give it a label as well, I guess. A push button. Don't know why they call it that. I guess. Yeah, fair enough. I guess you push it. And let's call this start operation, something like that. And we'll call this the you know what we should do? We should also define the fields by the widget. Oh, do I need to? Not really. No, I don't need to do that. Okay, so that's fine. So this is going to be object name. This will be a n principal line edit n. Is that confusing? I don't know. Line edit n. Why not? That'd be fine. Line edit l. That will be fine. Last famous words. Famous last words. I hope they're not my last famous words. Start operation. And then this will be start what's it called? Button. Push button. Start operation, something like that, I guess. Let's save this. Then we need somewhere to output something. So well, I don't know what it is yet. So yeah, okay. So let's just stick with that. Let's just glue them all up and oh, okay. Well, maybe let's just double check it does work. So if I do a text, plain text edit, plain text or text edit. I don't know what the difference is. Text edit versus plain text edit Qt. Plain text edit versus text edit. Plain text edit is an advanced viewer editor supporting plain text. Okay. It is optimized to handle large documents and to respond quickly to user input. Plain text uses very much the same technology and concepts as, but is optimized for plain text handling. Huh? Wait, I don't understand. It's an advanced viewer. Okay. Works on paragraphs and characters. A paragraph is a formatted string which is word wrapped to fit. Okay, let's do this plain text edit then. Oh. What? Plain text edit is a thin class implemented by using most technology that is behind text edit and text document. Its performance benefits over text edit stem mostly from using a different and simplified text layout. Okay, that sounds good. Cool, let's do that. Plain text edit, please. And we'll give that a label as well. And we'll call this, well, let's expand this a bit actually. This will be output. And this will be the plain text edit output. Just so we can test that my code actually works. Let's go and grab this form. Quite like this little clicker thing. Now go to page 2 widget. So I need to call this something different. Did I already call it something different? Electrons widget. Okay. I did. Great. So let's go to this one. Electrons widget. Let's call it Electrons widget. And this is going to be UI underscore electrons. Ooh, that doesn't exist yet. Oh right, I see. Yeah. Okay, fine. Let's see. Can I run terminal here still? Yeah. Electrons widget and electrons widget. I wonder if there's a way of outputting this in the correct way. Was it pi side 6 UIC? Pi side 6 UIC output format UTF-8. I'm not able to convert from this could maybe be by forcing reading and writing with encoding. We'll be shipping support for this. Instead of having the output, can you provide your string? This is fixed by 797.514. So what version do I have? Let's cancel that. How do I do it? So .vmv scripts pi side 6 UAC B 612. So wait, so it's already fixed that, whatever that was. But do not run using instead of PowerShell while running the same program will output. Creating this topic. This is create a Qt dialog. PowerShell will give you different. So PowerShell will output a bomb file, as you can imagine, will not work. If you're doing this for 3 code, do not convert the UI files to Python code. This just complicates things. FreeCAD can load UI files just fine. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. But how am I supposed to have type ahead then? Nah, that doesn't make sense. I don't think this is true. Translation file. As boilerplate code, the less you have, the easier it is to read. I've removed the other topic, so there's no solutions there. Let me see. Documentation, there's probably a way of formatting it properly. Option for output type UTF-8. Did you mean, is it showing results for it? No. There we go. Use O instead of that. Okay, let's try that then. Let's see if that works. O. Right, let me copy that as well. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. Oh, I hate terminals so much. Electrons widget. Electrons widget. Alright, that took a long time. Let's see if this works though. So now I've got a Python file and it is UTF-8. That works. Alright, let's change my little documentation on that because that is bad. I don't know. If you use in PowerShell. Okay, cool. So now we've got our electrons widget. I need to go and define that here. Electrons widget, electrons widget. No, like that. Ah, now I don't know if I actually called it correctly either. Let's see, I think if I got up here, yeah, I didn't. So it's going to be electrons widget. Save that. Save that. Do another output. See how many ups I have to do. Oh, none. Cool. That should now work. This will be not that, but this. What? What do you want? There it is. There it is. Why are you having problems? Cool. Needed to IntelliSense it up. Good stuff. Okay, that's done. So now with our Electrons widget, we've got to define some characteristics or operational stuff, and I just can't remember how I did that. So let me go to my main window. So you just have an initialization with a super call, and we bind events. Okay, let's do that. I like that. Oh, and page 2 widget. So this will need to be the Electrons widget. Electrons widget. Put that in order. Nice. And this will be Electrons widget button. Let me just see what I called this. God, it's a bit of a faff, isn't it? Electrons widget button. This will be electrons. So now I need to update that file. Electrons widget button. Electrons widget button clicked, and electrons widget button. And we'll go run this, and we'll run this. Windows main window. Windows main window. Whoa. I think that's right. Yeah. That's done. So this should stop complaining now, I think. Give it some time. Where is it? Doing its thing. How do I know if it's still passing? Oh, it's found it though. Q push button. Okay, great. So let's see what errors I get. Main window object has no attribute. Page 2. Yep, great. How do I stop this? Alt. Oh, Shift F5. Okay. So this will be that one. This will be page 2 widget. That will be the Electrons widget. Electrons widget. Okay. There's a lot of repeating here, isn't there? I wonder if you can just... I wonder if this works. I don't know how Python does stuff really. Can we do something like that? Layout to open it is not defined. Maybe like that. Don't like that. It's not typed ahead. Okay, fair enough. Well, we'll just do that. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, cool. So that should now work unless I've got another thing. Oh, good. Here we go. Oh, that doesn't look good. Why is one page staying open? That's interesting. Do I care is the question. I'll sort that off this call, I think. Off this thingy. So now if I push that button, what happens? Well, let's tell it what happens. So we're going to bind events. How do I do? Is it this? Can't quite remember how this all works. That. And this returns none. And it's going to do self dot operation. What was it? Push button. Oh, it's not. God. How do I do this? Let me go back to my main window. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember now. It's like that. Self dot push button start operation dot connect to click. Connect. Clicked? Oh. Oh, click dot connect. Okay. Clicked. Oh man, where's clicked? Is it click? Dot connect. What does this do? This doesn't exist, so I've done something wrong. Clicked, where is that? Clicked is in any type. That's helpful. That's really helpful, guys. And then this will be the actual, let's see, define start operation. Clicked. Self, and this will be returning none, and we're going to do self dot output, plain text edit output dot text, set plain text to, let's see, done. Okay, that's going to be that one. And then this needs to bind it, self.bind events. Boom, boom. Alright, let's run this. Shift F5. F5. Great. Clicked. Electrons. Boom. Okay, great. Good stuff. That's good. So let's go n string equals str equals self dot n text. It was a text. It's going to be line edit n m and l m and l. Awesome. Okay. And how to do a format string? I can't remember. Python format string. Excuse me. Python string format is string.format. Value 1 is required. One or more values that should be formatted and inserted in the string. What's the placeholders? I see. That dot format. And you could just do that. Okay, cool. So let's do output string or output equals n is that, m is that, and l is that. And then dot format with n, m, and l. You know, I wish, because like C# and TypeScript, I think have it. Is you just put like I don't know, like $1 there, and then you can put the variable in there. It's so much nicer. I really prefer that way of doing things. Maybe Python has something like that, and I just don't know about it yet. I mean, look, because yeah, I mean, actually though, that is a good idea. Let's get the variable names in there. All right, let's try that now. Shift F5, F5. Electrons, boom, and key error n. Okay. Format. String.format. I did do that, right? No, I didn't. String. Wait, what? That is a string dot format, and they're just comma separated. Yeah, these are strings, so they should work. And it says in start operation, click. Oh wait, I see, because I have to define them here. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. I think that actually is much more helpful. Electrons, boom. Alright. Yikes. So I guess that is not quite right. I need to get text maybe. Oh, what was the other one? Text. And you got placeholder text, display text. It's probably text. Is that a function? That is a function. Okay. Okie dokie. Are we done now? Are we done yet? Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Great. Okay. So, right. Going back to this, what do we actually need to do then? Yeah. So, M to describe the orientation in space. Where's my episode 18? Great. It is called the magnetic quantum number because the effect of different orientations of orbitals was first observed in the presence of a magnetic field. Okay. Rules governing the allowed combinations of quantum numbers. The three quantum numbers, n, l, and m, that describe an orbital are integers 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on to there. Okay, cool. The principal quantum number, n, cannot be 0. The allowed values of n are therefore 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The angular quantum number can be any integer between 0 and n minus 1. If n equals 3, for example, L can be either 0, 1, or 2. N minus 1. Okay. The magnetic quantum number, m, can be any integer between negative L and plus L if L equals 2. M can be either minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus, or plus, plus, plus. Okay, well, these are really important for my code, I think, in terms of validation. Should I put validation in though is the question. I don't know if we'd be bothered to. I should just understand it, right? No, I should bother to. We'll do it later. I'll be lazy now. I'm just going to do a blood test. Ow, that hurt. Here's a question. Do other diabetics just lick their finger after they blood test? See, it's the only way, surely. It is the only way. Okay, and my injection, because I'm a little bit high, 12.1, that's not good. Ow, that was overall a painful diabetic visit there. Ouchie, ouchie. Right, let's continue. So, good rules, don't think I need to care about them yet, but we'll come back to them because I'm going to have to add some validation. How do I do this again? Panning, that's the one. Add validation to my PyTool for N, L, and M. Boom. Practice problem 7. Describe the allowed combinations of the... no, you're right. Shells and subshells of orbitals. Orbitals that have the same value of the principal quantum number form a shell. Orbitals that have the same value of the principal quantum number form a shell. Orbitals within a shell are divided into subshells that have the same value of the angular quantum number. Oi. Oh, okay. Orbitals that have the same value. Orbitals. That is, orbitals is not orientation. It's the L type, I guess, which is the type of orbital. That have the same value of the principal quantum number form a shell. So that's saying if L equals N, then therefore, okay, leads to a shell. That's what that's saying. And orbitals within a shell are divided into subshells. Oh, if L, no, that's not right. So orbitals does not equal L. That doesn't make sense. That's not clear, guys. That's not clear. What do you mean by that? Orbitals that have... Okay. Where does it say orbitals first? The principal quantum number describes the size of the orbital. Orbitals for which n equals 2 are larger than those for which n equals 1. Because they have opposite... And it says here, orbitals that have the same value of the principal quantum number. But the principal quantum number is n. Orbitals have shapes, yep, and they have orientation. But orbitals that have the same value of the principal quantum number form a shell. This doesn't make sense. Orbitals within the shell are divided into subshells that have the same value of the angular quantum number. If I go to my tool, where is it? Let's run it. Angular quantum number L. Orbitals within a shell are divided into subshells that have the same value of the angular quantum number. What does it even mean, this part? Orbitals that have the same value of the principal quantum number form a shell. The problem I've got with this is n. N is the size of the orbit. So how can, like, what is orbitals referring to? Is it referring to the n, l, or m? Okay, whatever. Let's just move on. Chemists describe the shell and subshell in which an orbital belongs with a 2-character code such as 2p or 4f. The first character indicates the shell, n equals 2 or n equals 4. The second character identifies the subshell. By convention, the following lower cases are used to indicate different subshells. Okay. SP, DNF. Subshells. 2p. I see N to N. This is going to be NP, S, D, or F. Okay, fine. So we need like another column here. but I guess this is, yeah, this is to the nth. So allow. Although there is no pattern in the first four letters, the letters progress alphabetically from that point. GH and so on. Some of the allowed combinations of the N and L quantum numbers are shown in the figure below. Yeah, okay, so we're getting back to where we were. H and so along. I wonder if it ever gets to Z. The third rule, and what happens then? The third rule limiting allowed combinations of the N, L, and M quantum numbers has an important consequence. It forces the numbers of subshells in a shell to be equal to the principal quantum number for the shell. The N equals 3 shell, for example, contains the three subshells 3s, 3p, and 3d orbitals. I didn't understand that. The third rule limiting allowed combinations. Oh, the third rule limiting allowed combinations of the N, L, and M quantum numbers has an important consequence. It forces the number of subshells in a shell to be equal to the principal quantum number for the shell. The N equals 3 shell, for example, contains three subshells 3s, p, and d. So this, oh, I see. So if n equals 4, then there would need to be 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. I think that's what that means. I think that's what that means. The third rule limiting allowed combinations of the N, L, and M quantum numbers. And these are very specific. Okay, see. Has an important. It forces the number of subshells in a shell to be equal to the principal quantum number for the shell. Okay, that's cool. That is really cool. So if I were to do that, for example, then I need the shells made automatically. What are the values going to be for those shells? So, okay, I need an array of letters where the first start with these. G. Let's have a look at G, H, I, J. Cool. Let's do that. I think that's a valid thing to do. So, define shell. Oh, define shell letters. So it's gonna return an array of integers. Can I do that? Integer array. No, return 1, 2, 3. Do I do that? I can't remember. God forbid I actually remember something. S, D, what was it again? Not you. Not you. This. P. That was the one. S, P. And I've put those the wrong way around now, haven't I? Oh my goodness. James, what are you doing? SPDF. Oh no, cool, okay. But then it'll be other stuff, and this isn't liking this, so I have no idea. What does it say? List expression not allowed in type annotation. Use list T to indicate list type or union. Well, okay, but what, like, is a list the same as an array? I don't know. Python return array from Python method. No one types their Python. It's really annoying because how would you supposed to know what comes out of it if you call it? Like, are you supposed to understand your entire program? No, of course not. You've got to type, surely. Otherwise you'll get it wrong. What am I doing? This isn't right. So, I guess, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Who cares? That'll work. What does this need? Okay, so this needs to be, can I do string array like this? Like A equals, no, okay, I see. So it always has to be a list. That makes sense. So it's like a vector. Shell letters. Now, shell letters, so I should call this value of n, which is going to be an integer. And then we'll give a little comment here. Is there a, like, auto documentation? Let's see. Auto documentation for Python methods, visual code. Docstring generator. Python AI docstring generator. Documentation for Python functions. Change the language server to Pylance, and now I have more complete IntelliSense. How do they do them? Let's see. Maybe it's just like this. Nope. What do they do? What do they do? Of course, no documentation. This one. Let's see what other people do then. Python code examples. GitHub. .py code. Auto documentation for Python in Visual Code. There has to be something. Oh, that's what I want. Yeah. Okay. So how many people use this then? Let's see. What? I know it's an extension, but I'm just wondering what kind of other things. So it's a Java doc. Most popular form of commenting for Python. Commenting methods for Python. Guide from therealpython.com, okay. Blah 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 blah. Weird. Weird. Okay, whatever. So let's do these. Does it actually compile? I didn't even know there were comments. They are. Great, okay. So I'm going to say this returns. In fact, that extension probably will help. So let's go and install that extension. Python system environment. Python comment extension visual code. Oh, sorry, I really need to find something because it's going to get unwieldy. Wherever you say it. Oh yeah, this looks good. Auto doc string. Yeah, that was the one, wasn't it? Auto doc string. So let's get that. Can I copy it? Thanks. Extensions. Which one's that? Run remote extensions. Auto doc string. Automatically generates Nils Ferner. Okay. Only 38 reviews. Alright, well we'll see how this goes. Go back to my electrons and try this again. That. Generate docstring. Wait, how does it work? Inside. Why is it inside? Weird. Such a strange world to me. Okay. Summary. Let me just do that one more time because I think I misunderstood that. Okay, so it's tabable. Okay, so the summary is going to be for a value of n, which is the prime something principal quantum number, there should be n number of shells. The shell letters are defined as SPDF, and from then on follow alphabetically. Oh, I did it wrong. Damn it. Follow. Let me just try it one more time because I really want to get this in my head. So do that, and then I go enter maybe. Yes, value of n is integer and it's going to be, description is going to be principal quantum number. And it returns a list, and the returning list is the shell letters are defined as, yeah, this basically. Okay, cool. I really like this then. Cool. Fetch list of shell letters for value of n. Okay, great. It's a bit ugly, isn't it? A bit ugly, I have to say. Define shell letters. Let's see what happens then. Define self.define shell letters, and if I open it up, okay, fair enough. I like it. Value of n is going to come from n, and this is going to have a list of string come back, and that's going to be. So it's funny because I always think about what the type is first, and then I think of the name. So type first, name later. I have to switch my head round. Whoops. because I need to do name first. What do I want? I want shell letters. Okay, and then so I need to do the actual code now. So we start off with that, but then we need to go for, I don't know how to do this again. I equals 0, like that. I is less than shell letter value of n. I plus plus, something like that. Let's see that that other library suggested, or she suggested. Better comments, test explore, Python snippets. Let's try that. Oh, why can't I just copy that? What are you doing? Who was that by? Ferhat Yalcin. Yalcin, I don't know. How do I use it? How do I use you? Oh, I see. It just comes up in the list. Okay, so let's try doing a for loop then. For range, for through a string, for else, for break, for continue statement, for. I don't want that. Okay, for else, for nested loop, for range, x in range. See, I don't I don't even know. Python for loop. Let's see. Yes. We want from numbers, using the range, using the start parameter, in range 2 to 6. Okay, I see. For x in range, shell letters. Well, okay, let's just say 4 because then it's obvious. 4 to n, value of n. N. Okay. Put x in range 4 to n. So I need to do an if as well. I need to go if n is less than shell letters dot num length len. Is that a function? I don't know. Probably not. Then yeah, where's the type ahead for that? Get length of array Python len. It is a function on its own. I see. Okie dokie. Right, that makes sense. So if n is less than the number of letters in the array, then well, if it's greater than, do that. Otherwise, we want to say split array by index, or get sub of index of array Python. What does it even mean? Use list comprehension for this. It's like, help us, dude. This means nothing. I between 3 and 6. Let's just quickly run that. Python online. Great. Glad that worked. Python online. Compiler. What do you do? So this has 3. And it's returning 2. And it's just returning this part of it, but that's not what I want. But, oh, why is this so difficult? Just return small set, return subset of array Python. Okay, I see. That's good. I see. Return, well, okay. Shell letters equals shell letters colon. Whoops. Whoa. 0 colon through to n. But n might be 4, and that means it's 3, so it's n minus 1. Let me comment that. N minus 1, because if there are n shells, we want n letters back, but arrays are base 0. N minus 1, because arrays start from 0. If we want n letters back, zero, 1, if we want n letters back. I think that makes sense to me. I think any developer would actually. N minus 1 because arrays start from 0. Imagine I want 2. I'd get 2 by specifying 1. That's just difficult to explain, isn't it? That's why people struggle with comments. It just gets too lengthy. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think I even need that now. Now I'm thinking about it. Here we go. Retrieves subset of letters or entirety of letters. Whereas this one is going to be adding to the shell letters. So shell letters dot add x. Now I need a list of alphabetical. I bet there is one. Oh, alphabet. Is there a snippet? Nope. Alphabet letters Python. Bet there's a command for this. If you really need a list, and to do it with range, import string. So let's do that. Oops. List. And it says import string. Interesting how it doesn't come up as an option there. So that now works. Okay, ASCII lowercase, great. And this returns what? We don't know because no one gives type ahead. What does it return? This is a class, not a method. So if it's a class, then my initialization must return nothing, something, but it doesn't. Python. What does list return? Does it just return a list? It must do. It must do. Let's do that. A list of string. Oh god, now I really am struggling. String. Alphabet equals. Ah, okay. No complaints. Right. So I want to do add. And where's letter F? Index of letter F equals alphabet dot find. How does this work? No help? Find string in array of strings Python. There must be some kind of lambda that I can use. Filters and lambdas, here we go. Filter. Yeah, let's do that. We like that. Yeah. Let's go for that. Filter. Lambda. Where, this is it here, I guess. Let's see. So you've got function, returns none. It wants an iterable filter function or none, and then iterable. Function or none, and then iterable. Okay, so this is going to be alphabet. And this will be letter. And this will be F. Now that will give me, I want F in letter. I want to get the number of that. I wonder what else this gives. Maybe let's do as for a second. What does as do? As is not access. Let's do that. Okay, I need an example of that actually. Get index of lambda, get index Python. Get an index of item while processing a list using map. Use enumerate for enumerate ranked users. Enumerate. Let's see if that does what it's claiming to do. Great. So then I want that. So I'm going to start. So for x in range 4, so it's going to be 4 to n. Index of letter plus x. Current number. Current index. Hi, wow, powerful. Let's give this a try. Define shell letters. yes, electrons, let's go 20, push. Oh. Did we even get there? Does it even breakpoint? Yes, okay. So n is 20. Ah, but 20 is not a number. And if I go through to that, step into, it's going to quit because it's not. And to find, it takes one position argument, but two are given to find char letters. That two were given. Oh, Slef. What is it? It takes one positional argument, but two were given. Don't know. Electrons, 20, push, and I think this should still fail. Because what's n come through as? Come through as it. Why is that not throwing an error? That's not good. Why is it allowed to be a string? Okay, it's really annoying, this language actually. Pass string as integer. Python. Int function. Because it, like, that should give me a warning, right? Because n is a string. Let's just let's get this straight away. These are all going to be integers, and less confusing then. Int n goes in, n comes in, returns a list. Alrighty, see if that helps. Sorry, I get really frustrated because I need to know the types, and the fact that it doesn't throw an error, the fact that I just pass it string is beyond me. Invalid literal for int with base 10. Invalid literal for int. Invalid literal for int with base 10. I see. Okay. That's because this will be empty. So I need to do. Let's do Python ternary operator. Yeah, that's quite nice actually, because it's quite wordy. That if does not equal not that, else 0. Something like that. A if condition, else B. Text if text does not equal that, else 0. Fine. So I need to just do this for all of them. Fine. It's a bit wordy, but anyway. Let's go. Electrons 20. Let's see if it breaks now. N is 0. Great. Wonderful. So that should return index of letter. That didn't work how I wanted it to. And what happens if I do this? Can I reverse this stuff? No. Okay. Fair enough. Sure. Continue. Index letter F. Oh, okay. So I've not done something right here. Enumerate user details in, out, or dot index. Alternatively, you use list comprehension rather than map and lambda. So we've got this set. This is an object. What is a list comprehension? Jeez. A list comprehension is a syntactic construct available in some programming languages for creating a list based on existing lists. It follows the form of the mathematical set builder notation, set comprehension, as distinct from the use of map and filter functions. Oh, W3. Why not? List comprehension offers a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. Okay. The thing is, I don't want to. I want to get the index. So get index of element where index of element in array of strings where string is string Python, something like that. Index of 42. Oh, is it as simple as that? Oh, that's great. Okay. Maybe I can do that then. Let's just do alphabet index of. See if that works. That might be cool. It doesn't work. 0, 1, 2, 3. It should be 3. So how's it got 5? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A? Where's my Python compiler? Online Python compiler. I don't quite understand this. Index of letter F is 5. And I did do that right? Oh, such a waste of my time. This is ridiculous. It is that. Oh, I see. I'm being an idiot. I'm being an idiot. That's right. Yes, no, that's correct. That's right. Yes, I'm being an idiot. Sorry. Of course, I'm looking at the alphabet, not my shell letters. So now I know the index of that, then I can go to my alphabet and do that plus the current index. Okay. Whew. Jeez. Nice. So that will return nothing. Well, that's interesting. So n is not greater than the length of shell letters, so it should go here, right? Let's try that again. It should go into that one. It does. And so we want from 0 to n minus 1. N is 0. So, oh gosh. So if n is greater than 0, otherwise 0. Oh, else. That's the one. Try that again. Step over, and show letters should be 0. It's going to be 0, but I meant to do, it's going to be an empty array. It's just going to be untouched, right? Retrieve subset of letters or entirety of letters. So actually this needs to be in here, and then that'll be 0, else 0. Like so. So then it's n minus 1 if n is greater than 0, else just 0. Whew, okay. Let's try that again. This is funny. This is what happens when you program live. Get to see how crap I really am. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try 3. No, let's try 4. That means I should get all of the letters. So let's block that there. And I'll get S, P, D, and F I should have. So my -1 is wrong, I guess. If I've asked for from 0 to, oh, it's because it's from 0 to n. I see. So it is actually just that. Cool. Let's try this again. That should be 0. Yep. This should be, you know what? It's gonna be a bit easier like this. Is anyone talking? No. Okay. Cool. If I put that in this 4, I should get SPD and F. Great. And if I get 5, I should get an error. Let's try that again. Alphabet, index of letter. F is 5. That is, the current index is 4. I see. Yes. It should be. It should be. Should just be that, I guess. Let's try that. Okay. Damn. This is taking ages. Yep. So I should have add 1. So it's got to be from 1 to n. No, it's not. It's so this is okay. Fine. Let's do that again. Was it length? I can't remember. I think so. So it's gonna start from that, but I need to find the difference in it. So it's not a range from that to that. It's start from 4. But it's actually, if it's greater than the length of all these letters, I'm just going to iterate the remainder. So it's going to be from, yeah, exactly, from 1 to n minus the length of the letters. Okay, I think that's right now. So that's going to work fine. In fact, let's just make my life a bit easier here. like so. It's going to be that dot join that, something like that, I think. I can get rid of these. Oh, I have to remind myself as well. Print. I swear it is that. So if I go A equals an array of 1, 2, 3, or F, D, G, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And I go like that, and then dot join A. Yeah, I do get that. That's great. So why am I not getting those letters back? Because I'm asking for 0. So if I had 1, I get S. 4, I get that. 5, I should get something else, so that is failing. That is failing because of what? List object has no attribute length. Is it that? Electrons 5, that. Nope. Get length of. Oh wait, that's right. I remember. Haha, I remember. I'll learn one day. Yes, that's it. Electrons 5. It's gonna work now. It's gonna work. No, it doesn't. Shell letters dot add. List object has no attribute add. Okay. So how do I add an element to the array? Add element to list Python. Append. Append. And I also need to protect against going too far. So this is how far I'm going to go. So integer. It's going to be calculated index, calculated range equals that, but it's only that if if that is less than 26, otherwise return 26. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. And then the calculated range goes in there. Alright, and let's format this out. Stop that. And I think we now have... Oh no, it's doing that thing. I don't like that. I mean, that is just so confusing. Don't you think? I just think that's so confusing. Might have to find a different formatter, to be honest. I don't like that. So now I get nothing. I get 1. I get 5. I don't get 5. I get something wrong. But if I go 6, does that... Okay, so it's not index of letter. It starts from 0, so I'd need to do plus current index plus 1. And let's see, this is going to be a bit confused, so I need to plus this first and then do that. Yeah. And I think it makes sense to start from 1. Oh, that wasn't the problem. Oh, okay. Calculated range. let me see what's actually happening here. What are we seeing? Let's go here. Okay. Calculated range is 1. So it's from 1 to 1. Does that make sense to do that? From 0 to 1, do I just add it there? Or do I just do 1 plus 1 there? And then use the index without that? Guess it doesn't really matter. Electrons, gosh, this is taking way too long. Calculated range of 1, and that means it's going to actually do it once. Great. Let's see F, G, H, yes. And then 26. Crashed anyway, because calculated range plus 1 is going to be 27. So if it's less than, so n minus the length, so it's 26 letters. If n minus the length is if less than or equal to 26, if it's less than 26, else so I guess it does. There you go. There's the answer to that problem. There is the answer to that problem. Let me just try and think about this before I get this down. So I've got my calculated range is n minus the amount of letters. So let's say I've got 26. It's going to be 26 minus 4. So 26 minus 4 is 22. And then if 22 is less than 26 minus that, then do that. Otherwise, do 26 minus length. So let's put that into an integer, calculate range and amount of letters to traverse is an integer and equals that. But actually could just do length of that. And then instead of this, it's going to be, wait, yeah. So now, if I just make this bigger again, the calculated range is n minus the length of letters. So it's going to be 22. If 22 is less than 22, do that. Otherwise, force it to 22. I hope that's right now. I hope that's right. Nope. It's not. 22. X. 23. Y. 24. Z. 25. What am I doing wrong there? Alright, let's try again. Amount of letters to traverse is going to be the length of the alphabet minus the length of the shell letters. So this should say, this should be 22. Indeed, it's 22. So then the calculated range is, so if this is 0, I should just put 26 in here just to make it easy. So this should be 22, and the calculated range, n is going to be 26 minus 4, is 22. And if 22 n minus length, let me just plot, because I'd like to know how to watch these things anyway. What does it say? 22, great. So if 22 is less than 22, then do it, but it's not. So add 22. So now the calculated range is 0 to 22. So my appending, if it starts at the fifth letter in the alphabet, then there's not that many left. So the calculated range is wrong. Index of letter F, that's going to be wrong. So the first one is now going to be 0 plus 1. So it's going to be the fifth. So index of letter F, this needs to be in that equation. So amount of letters to traverse should be length of the alphabet minus, it's not, it's that index of letter F minus shell letters. I think that's where I went wrong. Did I even save that? Maybe I didn't. Let's just check. So 26 should now be saying, oh dear, we're getting well and truly fucked now. N 26 is less than, if it's greater than 4, which it is, get into the next line. And then I don't want the length of that, I just want 5 minus that. Step over. Okay, you have to recompile. 26. It's funny how it's taking me so long. It's quite funny. The amount of letters to traverse is not 1. It's the length minus that. It's amount of letters to traverse is the shell letters, the alphabet length minus this. Let's see if I got that right now. $17, that sounds right. Yeah, that does sound right. Calculated range is now 17. 0 to 17. I don't know. That plus 1 is still creeping me out. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. This is so entirely crazy. I think it's because Python's making me have to think a little differently, just because of its layout of syntax, and it's really getting to my head. Things that are so obvious to me are not so obvious in this, and I think that's my only excuse here. So now we've got 26. Let me just write this out. So it's 26 minus 5 is going to be 21, and then minus 21, then 21 minus 4 equals 17. Okay, and then this is going to be if 26 minus 4 equals 22, if 26 minus amount of letters to traverse no, if 26 is minus 4 is less than the amount of letters to traverse, that can't be right. It's got to be 26 it's got to be amount of letters to traverse minus 4. Or alphabet letters minus. Oh, jeez Louise, what is wrong with me? Let's try again. And here I am thinking I'll solve solve more complex stuff. This is ridiculous. I hate myself so much. Okay. Right. Here is a problem. It doesn't make sense. So it's 26 is what I've put in, and the length of all shell letters is 4, which equals 22. Now, I can't do more than 17, so it's got to be amount of letters to traverse, which is going to be 17. If 17 if n is greater than see, because this is just a this is just a conditional check, and I'm doing this wrong. So it's, let's just check this out for a second. N minus n. Let's just run that. Let's just make sure I've got this right. So 26 should now say, and it doesn't. Okay. It's n minus, calculated range is n 26 minus 17. That. Let's just start nice and easy. 26. So are we off one? No, we're not. So we're way off. And let's traverse 17. That's correct. The calculated length. Oh, have we done something stupid? Int has no length. Correct. Now what? So this is, so I want 26. This should be, calculated range should be 0 actually. No, it should be 17. This is, what's the difference between 26? It's the difference between them is wrong. It should be 17. So it's it's 26 minus the calculated range cannot be 9. Yeah, that's not going to work. It needs to be 17. So it's 17, 26 amount of letters in the alphabet. Length of alphabet minus that's going to be 26 minus 17 is 9. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And if that's 9, then it's n minus 9 is 17. Let's try again. Right, that should be to Z now. And so this must be wrong now, so it's 0 to that, so it's 0 to let me go. Why is it iterating so? Oh, it's on the 4, that's why. Yep, okay, so let's try that again. So now the calculated range is 17, so it's going to be from 0 to 17. And I'm starting at the index of letter F. So that's FG, yep. Alphabet. Start from 5 and then go to 1. So it's going to get that, and this should happen 17 times, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, here we go. 16, 17. Yeah. So what? That's interesting. If I'm going from 0 to calculated range, that's 18. So I'm going to go 5 plus 18. So one of these is gonna, for current index in range 0, calculated range. Oh, it must be low or something. Low blood sugars. This is absolutely crazy. No excuses there. Though I should do my long-term injection. I'll do that now. So I wish someone was shouting at me now saying, "Oh, it's so obvious." That'd be nice. There's something very strange going on in my head not to be able to understand this. So it's very, very simple. Okay, so let's see this again. This calculator is 17, and that is correct because, just to show you, 5, or show myself, 5 plus 17 is... Oh, whoops. It should be alphabet minus length of... Not that. Because index of letter F is nothing to do with the amount I should shuffle through it. Ah, what an idiot. Now what is happening? That's correct. No, this calculated range is going to be wrong as well, isn't it? No, it's not. So now it's 0 to 21. That means it needs to be minus 1. So that's minus 1. And it's minus 1 because we have 26 from the length, but this is offset 0. Or we have the length of the alphabet minus the index letter. That gives us the amount, but we are going to traverse this from 0, so at some point something needs to be minus 1. I wonder if it makes more sense to put that there. This should now give us the right amount. Have I protected against 0 now though? 1, 4, 5. Because if it's 5, it does need to actually... Because its calculated range is going to be 0. Or is it going to be 1? It's going to be 0. So that's why it needed to be plus 1. I wonder if I do that and then do that. I wonder if that... I almost just want to run it now. I just bloody do it nice and quick. Let's just go 26. I think it's going to go wrong again, isn't it? Because it's going to be that one's applicable, yeah. But now 5 will do 5, and it's starting for the wrong one. I'm sorry, this is just ridiculous now. I have to push on though. I have to push on. So if I do 5 minus 26 minus amount of letters to traverse, 17. Five minus 9 is 4. So it needs to be one more. So it's 5 minus the length of the alphabet minus the amount of letters to traverse. The amount of letters to traverse is the alphabet minus the index of letter F. The index of letter F is defined as the index of literally letter F. So it's the amount of letters to traverse index of letter F. That will give us the amount left. If I did minus 5, then it's sorry, if I did 5 and I had 17 left, then it would be, I need to start from 6, so I need to go, the calculated range must start from 0 to the current index is going to be 0 at the start, so it's 5 plus 1. It has to be 1. Always has to be 1. But the calculated range, yeah, it always has to be 1. Now if I run that, I think that fixes 5, but it then breaks 26. So 5, it's not working. Where am I missing my offset here? Calculated range is 0. It needs to be 1. But that's because it's 5 minus 9. It's not. 21. It's 26 minus 21. 26 minus 21 is 5. Minus 5. Let us just traverse length of the alphabet minus the index of letter F. If I do plus 1, then this will always be 1 too many. And I want to start from 5 and plus 1. I guess I could do that. That makes some sense. That does make some sense, okay. So now if I'm doing, it's going to be, start from that, the calculated range will be equal to 0. And then if it's 26, then it's going to be 26 minus 9. And then we've got 17 to run through, starting from that letter. I think we're 1 short though now. Oh my god. This is so embarrassing. 5's going to work. Oh, 5 doesn't work. What? Because now we're on, but the calculated range is, oh, so it doesn't even get in there. I can't just add this. Like, I'm so sure I can't just do that. Because what is that? Calculated range is 1, so it should be 5 plus 1. What's wrong with that? Index of letter 5 plus, oh. I think I've done it a million times now. That solves that, whatever that was. But then we're now back at this problem. Because I'm, how many off? Yeah, 2 off. Because I've added 2. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. This is ridiculous. This is how many are left. Let me just draw it. Whatever. Let me just draw it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Oh, wait, okay, hang on. Numbered alphabet table. Perfect. Let's grab this. Okay, so we don't want these. Don't want these. That means that there is 20. Yeah, okay. So it's 25 minus 6 is equal to 9. It's 25 minus 6 is equal to 19. So why have I got this? So the alphabet minus the index of letter F. The alpha. Oh my god. Okay, so that's number 1 done. Let's do length of, or yeah, because the index is it's going to be 1 off. So this is now 25 minus 5, but it should be 25 minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because the index is 1 off, so it's plus 1 here. Now, if I'm minusing 1 from this and plusing 1 to that, so if I got 1 minus 1 equals 0, and 1 plus 1 equals 1, but if I did 1 does not equal 0, and 1 plus 1 does equal 1, so this would be wrong still, so I have to do this. Okay, so now I have the correct amount. Let me just double check that. $19, okay. So now, because that's bigger, my length of the alphabet is going to be, this is going to be 26, and I'm going to minus 26 minus the amount of letters to traverse. 26 minus 19, and that's not right. So this is going to be, the calculated range is going to be from 0 to the remainder left. So it's amount of letters to traverse, length of the alphabet, minus that, alphabet. So that's 26 minus 19. But it's not, I don't want to do that. It's index of letter F plus, index of F plus the amount left to traverse. Now, if I do that, it's going to be 5 plus the amount left to traverse, but I need to get it to here. So it's going to be index of letter F plus 1. So now I'm here, plus the remainder, which is 19. So it's which is 0. So this is going to be, let's see now. I've lost my head a bit. Do 26 now. 13. So that is 6 plus the alphabet minus 19. It's 6 plus the amount of letters traverse. $25. That's 0 to 25. That's all of the letters. Now I need to minus bod mass. Subtraction is last, so it's going to be the index of letter F, but that means I just need 1 plus to the end of this. So it's going to be the amount of letters traverse is already taking that into the account. So this is actually just that. But it's going to be that minus... No, that's it. That is it. I don't need this calculated range. Because I need to add those letters, it's not what's left. Is that going to work now? 19. And if I did 5... But it's so it's not taking away anything at the moment, so it needs to be from n. It might be minus 1, I just can't remember to think about it. So 26 is now n to... So it needs to go from 0 to n. But if it's 26, it needs to be that. But that has to be less than... It's just like minus n, I guess. But now that's never going to be enough, because it's going to be 19. 19 minus 26. It has to be 26. So if I've got n, it needs to be as n goes smaller. The amount of iterations should be less. It should just be from 0 to current index minus n. I want to do less traverses, so if I've got 20, oh my god, I've lost my head. I think I'll have to come back to this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I've lost my head. I need to just have some food, I think, and then I'll come back. So, bye for now, and I really apologise for that. That was really, really terrible session. And you see I'm having massive brain farts, so yeah, I'll see you in about